We're going to head on out to Wisconsin. Amelia Jones joining us this morning. Oh my goodness, I'm speaking too quickly, to talk about the latest situation out there with the weather impacting COVID-19 vaccine sites. Good morning, Amelia.
Good morning, Pilar. Thanks so much for having me on this morning. Yeah, as you guys heard from, Fox 32 Chicago, not only is Chicago dealing with these dangerously cold wind chills, but all the way down in Texas, they're dealing with it. I actually just saw a post from one of my family members who lives in Dallas, and they have a blackout going on right now. And so just across the country, these dangerously cold temperatures, they are causing a lot of issues. And here in Milwaukee, the three biggest community COVID-19 testing sites decided to close and shut down for the day. And that is because of the dangerously cold wind chills. So right now the temperature is around -2 here in Milwaukee, but of course our meteorologists are reporting that those feel like temperatures with the wind chills, they're going to range from -20 degrees to -30 degrees. And with these low temperatures, the National Weather Service says that frostbite, it could kick in within 10 to 15 minutes if your skin is exposed. So as we know, these workers at the COVID-19 testing sites, they're outside, they're checking you in, they're facilitating these tests, they're also directing traffic. So these temperatures, it is a concern for their safety. So that's why 3 community testing sites are shut down today in Milwaukee for their safety. They plan to reopen again tomorrow. And so the options for people now, if you need a COVID-19 test, are going to some drive-up testing locations at several pharmacies like Walgreens or CVS. But again, this is all in an effort to keep people safe and out of these dangerously cold temperatures, Pilar.
Absolutely. Amelia, what I've been asking our sister stations this morning, we just heard from Fox 9 Minneapolis and now you in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What advice do you have for these millions of Texans who are experiencing these rolling blackouts, these cold conditions, the snow, and they're just not used to it?
I know. I've been getting texts from my family members who live in Oklahoma and Texas, and they've kind of just been asking me about it, and I tell them, oh, well, that's just a Tuesday for us up here. But for them, it is a state of emergency because they don't deal with this all the time. And so my advice, really what I've been giving my family members is, if you have to drive, make sure that you have an emergency kit in your car. So State Patrol always says that you want to make sure you have a blanket, some food like granola bars, those Nutri-Grain bars, and then some water and also a phone charger. They always say you want to make sure that you drive with a full tank of gas, but also a fully charged cell phone. So that way, if something does happen and you're in an emergency situation, you can make sure that you have a fully charged phone to make a call. They also, give advice that if you do slide off or you are in an accident, that you stay in your vehicle. They say that's the safest place you can be, and then call for help. With obviously these blackouts and then with the winter exposure as well, you want to make sure that you're just bundling up and that you are making sure all of the areas are covered, specifically your head. You would be amazed at how much heat we can release if our head is exposed to these temperatures. So make sure you're wearing a hat, gloves, multiple layers, a scarf over your face. That's one of the nice things about wearing masks, is that it does protect your nose and your mouth. But these temperatures, they're not messing around. Again, you can get frostbite within 10 to 15 minutes. And if you feel like you do have frostbite, health officials always say that you want to use warm water. So let's say your fingers, they start feeling a little numb, there's like a burning sensation, or if you see them go to a whitish grayish color, then you probably have frostbite setting in. So health officials want you to make sure you get them in some warm water. Don't use hot, warm water, and then get some warm fluids in you. So like coffee or tea, but really just protect yourself. And if you can, the safest place to probably stay is inside today, Pilar.
All right, Fox 6 Milwaukee's Amelia Jones, thank you so much for joining us live here on NewsNOW from Fox. And that's some great advice for a lot of people who just aren't used to these winter conditions. We are continuing on, everybody. Here's a live look at XRAD radar. The state of Texas in particular, look at these temperatures right now, everybody. San Antonio, Texas, coming in at about 14 degrees there. It's very cold. This is NewsNOW from Fox. More is just 2 minutes away.